Hey guys, I was looking at my childhood video, and it looked like I was trying to dampen it a little bit. And I can't tell my truth if I'm gonna dampen a video. Like the purpose of this is so that I can tell my story from my eyes, the way I saw it when I was a kid. And I did touch a few good topics, because which was good, but I do want to name four, and I think I only named two. Just to give you a good picture. My stepfather has I want to say 6 or 7 kids, 5 boys, 2 girls, and my mom had 9 kids, 5 girls, 6 girls, I'm sorry, including me, and 3 boys. And I was born into Islam. So I think my stepfather introduced my mom into Islam, or my dad did. I'm not too sure, honestly. I don't really know. But in Islam, you're able to have up to 3 wives. I'm still like rusty on the whole Islamic thing, because when I was a child, I feel like it was impounded in me and like in my head. And I didn't, to the point where when I got older and I turned 18, 19, I just went away from it. I took my veil off, and I was just like, because I feel like, when we made prayer, he sat there for hours talking our ear off. He kept saying that we was going to go to hell for so many things. Like, the house would be dirty. Oh, you're going to hell. I hit one of my siblings. Oh, you're going to hell. It was always one of those. So I was just like, you know what? When I get older and I'm able to make my own decisions, this is what I'm going to do, clearly. But anyway, you're allowed to have 3 wives in Islam, but when you have 3 wives, you have to be able to afford to put each one of those wives in houses, their own house. But clearly that's not how it happened, because we were in New York City, and there was an upstairs house and there was a downstairs house. So it was 2 houses in one house. We were downstairs and he was upstairs. Well, his other wife was upstairs. And we were just told that those are our stepbrothers and that we're family. But my thing is how are we family if my stepdad was like, well, in the Quran, it says, if one of my sons want to marry your daughter, they can. How am I supposed to feel like I'm just around my brother if you're trying to make me marry one of them? Come on, make it make sense. Seriously. I felt like me and my sisters were literally just thrown in a house with a bunch of wolves. And I felt like my mom's guard was down so much, because she just tries so hard to fit in. Like one of, like her husband, and she just wanted to be accepted by the entire family. She forgot what it was to protect her own girls. And again, I swear I don't fault her. She literally was a child when she had us. So she just following behind the husband, like you're supposed to, honestly, in the marriage. But you can't follow somebody that ain't leading. He never had a job. Like, he got one now, but he never had one then. His wives worked. He didn't work. So when she worked all the time, he was home. When he would be upstairs and we would be downstairs, I would be downstairs with my siblings, and the house was dirty or the house was messy, he would tell us all to sit in the mess. Sit down right now. And if you get up, I'm going to beat your ass, or I'm going to tear your ass up. However he worded it. It probably isn't word for my word, but that's basically what he said. And he would go upstairs and he would get his real kids with his last name. And he would have them walk around the house. You see this? You see how nasty they are? While we just sitting on the floor, just looking up, like they looking down at us, like they're Like we're beneath them. Look how nasty they are. Go look in the kitchen. And he would always take pictures of the filth. You know? Just, I don't know why, but he did. And that just was horrible. Like, how do you tell kids to sit down in their filth? Why not just make them clean it up? What's the point of taking pictures? I have so many questions. And I'm not asking him because, like I said, he's still a monster. He was a monster, but he's still that same toxic person. And who wants to deal with that? But we were upstairs, we were downstairs, we was just a mixed, blended family. My mom was even cool with his other wives. But I feel like she was trying so hard to be accepted that she forgot the more important part: protecting her kids, protecting her girls. I want to say I was 11 when I got raped. By not one, but two of my stepbrothers. And I never told her. She still doesn't know to this day. Now, granted, I am gonna talk to her about it because I feel like now that I'm doing this shadow work and I'm working on me to better me, to be the perfect mom for my kids, as perfect as it is in my book, in my own book, that I have to come head on with things like this. And I am gonna talk to her. But the sad part in my book is not that I got raped, but I'm looking at it like I was a kid. You know, we didn't know what we were doing. It is what it is. It happened. The past is the past. I suppressed it so much that in my head, it's not nothing. It was just sex. That's it. That's not normal at all. And you know what the crazy part is? I was talking to my sister on the phone today, to both of them, because I usually talk to both of my sisters like every single day. But I told them for the first time, and the way I said it was so nonchalant. I was just like, yeah, he tried me too. Because apparently I'm not the only one. But I was like, yeah, such and such tried me too. And she was like, what? And I was like, yes, such and such tried me too. It was like back then, and it was like I was a kid. I was like 11. And she was like, and he was 16. He knows better. That's not normal, Melissa. And I'm like, well, then I need to go see a therapist because it doesn't bother me. It's just like, it is what it is. It happened. I was young. I was a kid. I don't remember, you know, it just happened, and it just is what it is. I'm grown now. I'm not a kid anymore. But that is definitely a problem because that's not normal. And that's also a prime example of when you have kids, make sure you protect your babies, because if you're a mom and you're so madly in love with your other partner and your kids are trying to tell you something, because we did. I didn't tell her exactly what happened to me, but I did tell her a couple of perverted things, a couple of, you know what I mean? His kids did, and she would brush it off like, he was a kid. He don't know any better. 16, you damn near know. You know better. And I don't ever want to be that parent that brushes my babies off and be like, girl, you was just a kid. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to throw that under the rug and say it's nothing, and that it was just a kid and he was just a kid, and that he probably don't think that now, because yeah, he do. He knew it was wrong when he did it, and he know it was wrong when he sees me to this day. And the crazy thing is, she married him. She married their father. So they're still there. But you know, me and my sisters, we kind of like, I don't know, we don't have that close bond. Some of them, particularly one of them, literally just moved into my mom's house, and he tried me, he tried my sister, and he tried both of my brothers. Seriously. And he is literally living at my mom's house right now. But my kids, you know, I have 4, and they usually go over my mom's house every weekend. Since he moved in, no ma'am. And we even like, why would you move him in there? Like, the type of person that he is, oh, he was just a kid. He didn't know any better. Did he though? Did he though? Doesn't matter, because my kids are not to go over there without me. They're not spending the night over there. They're not even going to go over there and hang out. I decided they're going to stay with their mom. And when I go over there for Sunday dinners, they're going to be right with me. And I'm still going to be able to keep my eyes from afar watching, because that's when the most molestations happen, is when a child does something when they're a kid and you just brush it under the rug like, oh, he was a kid, and then something dramatic happens in the family and you're like, what? I didn't even know that he was capable. Not gonna be my kids. I will literally end your life fucking around with mines. So it's just best to keep them away. Literally, to keep it, you know, keep them away. Literally. So, and I'm gonna say it again, because I just can't say it enough. I seriously don't blame my mom. She literally came from trauma in her childhood with her own parents. Literally. I do not blame her. She did not know any better. But now, right now to this day, honestly, when I tell her the story, because I am going to tell her, I feel like it's needed to know, because to this day, she's like, oh, well, he just feels like you need to say hi to him. And I don't really see the big deal why you guys still don't like my husband. Like, what? What? Okay, well, if you feel that way, you feel that way, but I'm a grown-ass woman. There's no way you're gonna make me do something that I don't want to do. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I did it then, but I'm not doing it now. But I feel like if she knew, because she'd be like, you know, I just don't understand why you guys have such resentments to some of them and blah, 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 blah. And I feel like if I tell her exactly what happens, then maybe it'll shine some light on it and she can kind of understand where I'm coming from. I don't know. And it's only one way to find out, right? Because I'm going to tell her. I'm going to have that conversation with her, but it's not going to be pretty. And I'm not looking forward to it, because I don't know. But I feel like I have to tell her, just like I feel like I have to post my stories and let you guys know, because so much can happen under your nose and you don't even know it if you don't have that relationship with your kids, that close bond with your kids. So much can happen. And like I said, I don't fault her, but I feel like she can take some responsibility. Like, for one, she wants my kids to call him granddad. He is not my father, and my father is very much still alive till this day. Why are they calling him granddad? Please, make it make sense. But, and sometimes, and I allowed it to happen for a little bit too, but, boundaries. I feel like my mom, she just has to respect the boundaries. And I feel like if you didn't protect us and shield us then because you didn't understand and you didn't know and you were just a child, try to do it now. You know what I mean? If I tell you I feel away and I don't want to do something when it comes to them, because I just feel like you married him and now you're just trying to literally merge everyone together. And it's just not going to happen like that. And that's probably a perfect little world in her head, but it's never going to be like that. Never. Especially not to your husband. You might as well just let him know now. It's never going to happen. Ever. But I don't, when I tell her the story, I'm not looking for anything. I just want her to take some accountability. You know what I mean? Own up to some of this shit. You know what I mean? This is coming from someone that saw you get slapped literally in your face when I was a kid. I was like, do you know how dramatic that was in my eyes? Now though, if I'm in a relationship, I'll leave before, it gets, I'm very big on introducing my kids to things like that. I'm not doing it. So yeah, that was my childhood. And then also one more thing, the other two things that he did, because I didn't got off sidetrack too. Like, it's so much I can tell y'all about him. But what was I saying? Yeah, the two other things that he did to us. My brother, he I guess he got the matches and he started playing with the matches. So my stepfather came in and seen him playing with the matches and he got upset. So he was like, light the match and hold it and don't let it go. The fire is gonna hit his hands eventually. You know that, right? So he would hold the lighter. He was like, if you let that match go, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna tear you up. So he would hold the lighter and then the fire would touch his finger and he would just drop it. And he would get hit. He would get beat. He was like, light it again. Light it. You want to play with it, right? Light it again. So he would hold the light and the lighter would go down to his hands and then it would burn him. He would drop it. He would get beat. Then usually when he does, do that, he would go to my older sister to get comfort. He didn't even want him to do that. He was like, no, let him go. Sit down. You know better. Blah, blah, blah. So if that wasn't horrible, and he was just a baby, he was a toddler. Oh, God, it's so sickening listening to that. And then the other thing, when we do stuff, we would have to stand on our head, like literally do a headstand, feet in the air, hands on the floor. And he would be like, if you drop, I'm gonna beat you. So we would literally be on our heads for like, is that even, like, can you even do that? Like, don't all the blood, like, rush to your head? Like, my sister's eyes were swollen by the time she got from off that headstand. And when we fell, he beat us and told us to get back on our heads. So, yeah. And this is the same person she wants us to just forgive. It was a long time ago. No. He's still that same person. It doesn't matter if it was years ago. He was a monster. Anyway, I think that's it about my childhood. If I find out, if I literally think about anything else from my childhood, I'm gonna write it down this time instead of just winging it. And then I'm gonna say it that way because I really don't want to miss nothing. I want to get everything in there. But anyway, that is definitely my time. I actually have to go. But the next story will be about the actual guy, promise, unless I have to backtrack and talk about something else. But if you didn't already watch the videos, please try and watch the very first one. I do have them labeled as number 1, number 2, number 3, so that you guys won't get confused. I'm just someone trying to find my way, and I'm just trying to touch anyone else out there that has been through anything that I've been through, and feel like it's just there's no coming back from that, because I'm still sane. I went through a lot, and part of it is talking about it. Part of the you working on yourself is talking about it and releasing. It doesn't matter if you're like, well, no, I don't want to say it because I don't want such and such to get mad, or I don't want, it's not their story. It's yours. It's my story. I physically actually went through it. It's my story to tell, and I'm going to tell it, period.